Yeah.
NXT was tremendous. Shawn Michaels is definitely cooking. A very solid, fun show. And we are going to go over Worlds Collide predictions as well. So we will do that also. But NXT was extremely fun and solid. So we're going to get into NXT from June the 3rd, 2025. So I'm going to start with the middle of the show. We're going to talk about the Mariah May stuff first. And then from there, we'll get into the remainder of the show. So, Jacy Jayne, she comes out. She gets an okay reaction. She's booed. So, she says, "You all didn't support me for the last 4 years, and you sure as hell can't get on the Jacy Jayne bandwagon now that she's champion." She said last week she pulled off the most shocking moment in NXT history. She said, because while all of you have underestimated her for years, you've called me the third wheel. You've latched onto whoever the flavor of the month was. I was there putting in work. I got better, and I stayed ready. And now, some of you guys may not know this. For those of you that don't know, her and Fallon started in this business together, and over the years, she's become like a little sister to her. And after a very, very long discussion, we've decided that it was time to finally run the play. To slap her around the world, and it was an opportunity that she had to take. Okay, that's cool there. So then she's interrupted by Lainey Reed, who looks like she's like 18, like she just graduated high school. I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell is that? I'm guessing she's from Evolve. So she said that Jacy is a very beatable champion. So then Lola Vice came out and she started talking. Jordan Grace, same thing. Jada Parker, same thing. Last Legend, same thing. Kalani Jordan, same thing. And then the hell shows up and basically all hell breaks loose. It's a massive brawl that breaks loose. The lights go out. And we see Mariah May. She appears on the podium. So Mariah May says that she's finally arrived. Ladies, you can call me the next NXT Women's Champion because the best of the women's division in the world just got a lot more glamorous. Great stuff. Love this. I know some people probably wanted vignettes and all that, and I'm down for that too. But the NXT audience, they know most of these people here. They know most everyone because they are a smart mark audience, and there's nothing wrong with that. The NXT audience is very smart, so this is great. Mariah got a really good reaction, very good reaction. I believe her contract. Well, I believe she left AEW. She was removed from the alumni section. I believe it was Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was Friday. So she was basically quietly, removed from the page on Friday, and then she shows up on Tuesday. So commentary did not mention her by name. So apparently they're going to give her a name change, which is fine. And I do think that Mariah May is going to do good stuff in NXT. So this was a pretty okay way to bring her in. This makes sense. Jordan Grace, who a lot of people thought were going to be, who thought she was going to get caught up on the main roster, it's not so. Not right now. I could see her being called up probably in the next 3 or 4 months from now, but definitely not right now. So, that's fine there. But Mariah May coming on in is great. She has stated, what she's there for. She's there to become the new NXT Women's Champion, which makes perfect sense. And now that the NXT Women's division is not so stacked with top women, stuff can finally occur, basically. I mean, you still got really strong mid-carders like Jada Parker and all that. You know, Jacy Jayne, even though she's champion, she's still in the mid-card, basically. So, really good stuff there. Good stuff. Now, is Mariah going to be a babyface or a heel? We don't know. Only time will tell. It seems like they're going to position her to be a babyface, and then probably later on down the line, they're going to turn her heel. I don't expect for Mariah May to be in NXT long. Maybe a good 4 to 6 months, and then she'll be on the main roster. So good stuff there. All right, let's start at the beginning of the show. So we kicked the show off with Ethan Page. So Ethan Page, he shows up. It was going to be like a little summit that they were going to have. And so he wanted to have his championship celebration. But instead he has to share it with the two of them, that being Javon Evans and Dragon Lee, who's the substitute for Rey Fenix for the night. So, Laredo Kid, my bad, not Laredo Kid, my bad. Laredo Kid was in this thing as well. So, everyone has some words, basically. Ethan Page is tired of Javon sticking his nose into his business. And Javon's like, sure. I should stick my foot up your ass. Pause. But he really just wants to take that North American Championship from him on Saturday. So then Sean Legacy shows up. And he just basically says that he's going to get a shot to become the NXT North American Champion next week. And he's going to be ready for it. So then the Evolve guys... Vanity, the Vanity Project, they show up. So Ricky Smokes, he starts talking and everything. Same thing with Brad Baylor. Then there's just a massive brawl that takes place. They all have a little brawl, and pretty good shit there to start the show. This is pretty good. I have watched Evolve sparingly. I've not watched a lot of it. I've watched maybe the first 5 to 6 episodes. I have not watched anything since that. I need to get back into it. Thankfully, they finally have brought championships into the show. I know that Callie Armstrong is the new Evolve Women's Champion, which is great. She's basically, if Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, if they had a child, it would be her. So good shit there. So she's good. I like her. She's really good. She's going to be a star, obviously. And I could see her in NXT probably around the end of the year or early next year for sure. I doubt she'll stay and Evolve too much longer, because they really are giving her like a massive push. And everyone else on the show, outside of some of the ID talent and some of the NXT 2.0 talent, most of them are pretty mid. So, whatever. But good way to start the show off. Moving on. So this leads us into This leads us into the first match of the night. Dark State, they defeat Chase University. Poor Dark State. They have fallen off of a cliff. They used to be a focal point of the show, and now it don't even fucking matter anymore at this point. Whatever. Who cares? Moving on. So, Ava, she's backstage. She's trying to calm down Javon Evans and company, along with Sean Legacy and Laredo Kid. So she basically makes a 8-man tag, and Dragon Lee steps up to take the place of Rey Fenix. Great shit there. Cool. Moving on. So Trick Williams, he's backstage with Sarah Schreiber. Trick knows that Mike Santana is a passionate Puerto Rican from the Bronx, but tonight is the biggest match of his career. Trick knows that Mike Santana is the standard of TNA, but he doesn't care how much he screams. The standard has changed. Trick Williams is now in charge. TNA has been looking for the one to take the company to new heights. to take the TNA World Championship, to make the TNA World Championship legitimate, it's not Average Joe, it's Trick Williams, and he knows what's best for TNA. It's Trick and A. Okay, good stuff there. I like that. Good stuff. Excellent shit. Moving on. So, Tyra May Steele, she's backstage. She's talking to Carly Bright. So, she was just talking to her about some stuff, talking about The Undertaker is just as scary as being in the Olympics. So, Ariana Grace, who shows up, she's basically a heel again for whatever reason on NXT television. Ariana loves all of this. She said that Tyra's so accomplished, but you're seeking inspiration from a winner. But if you're seeking inspiration from a winner, Ariana has won multiple beauty pageants. Ariana hates gossip, but what she heard may be true. Those Olympic gold medals Tyra carries around aren't even 100% gold, which is 100% facts. Ariana knows that Tyra wants to fit in the locker room. So here's some advice from Ariana Grace. Don't talk about yourself so much. Nobody likes a bragger, especially a tacky one. Tyra says that she found a fresh opponent as Ariana walks away. Cool stuff there. Tyra May Steele's, she's alright, I guess. I don't know. Moving on, Myles Borne wins the rounds match, basically. He won the first round via like a roll-up or whatever. Charlie Dempsey wins the second one with a Regoplex that happened in round 3. And then the final round was when Myles Borne won via a drop kick. Yes, guys, a fucking drop kick won the match. I was like, what the hell? But it is what it is. Post-match, Dempsey, he refused to shake Myles Borne's hand. Okay, this is fine, I guess. I wonder if Noam Dar might get involved. I know they mentioned him on commentary, so he's still there. So maybe he could join the No Quarter Catch crew. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like they're gonna turn Myles Borne. They're going to turn Tavion Heights babyface. So they're going to probably split the group up, basically. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what plays out. Moving on. So Izzy Dame, she attacked Brooks Jensen with a steel chair. Sean Spears and Nico Vance will now be gunning for the NXT Tag Team Championships. If you're not fully brought in, you're out of the calling. Okay, that's fine. So it seems like maybe Brooks Jensen could possibly be released. I don't see him coming back from that. What else can you do with him? He's been on NXT for like 3 years straight. There's not much more you can do with him or Josh Briggs. I'm not putting out there in the universe, but I think that they could end up getting released in due time, because WWE, they're gonna do some more releases for sure. That's definitely going to happen. So, yeah. Moving on. Tyra May Steele, she wins her debut match. She defeats Ariana Grace via a German suplex. It's a bridging German suplex. Tyra May Steele needs some work. That's all I'm going to say. She just needs some work. I'll give her some time. I'll give her about a month or two of grace. So, I'll give her some time. Moving on. Mike Santana, he had a backstage interview with Sarah Schreiber. He talks, he should be taking some time to soak all this in. He's about to be in the main event of NXT television, fighting for the TNA Championship, World Championship. It's crazy the times we're living in. Mike Santana says that he'll reflect when he has the TNA World title on his shoulder. It's time to get busy. Mike Santana looked into Trick Williams' eyes last week, and he didn't see a fighting champion. He saw a pretender. He saw someone who's fighting for nobody but himself. Tonight, Santana is fighting for every single person who's ever stepped foot in TNA. He's fighting for the legacy of TNA. More importantly, Santana is fighting for his daughter. He doesn't break his promises, and she's going to witness history tonight. Mike Santana knows how great Trick Williams is, but It just has to be 3 seconds. I mean, my bad. He has to just be 3 seconds better than Trick. Okay, good shit. Mike Santana kicks major ass. Love him. Moving on. So, Stevie Turner, she's trying to hype up the Evolve show. The Evolve's women's division. So, Kylie Armstrong wants to know who's going to step up to the difference maker. Okay, that's fine. Moving on, Octagon Jr. and Mr. Iguana and Aerostar, they're in the house. Lince Dorado, he's going to be replacing Joaquin Wilde in Worlds Collide. So, I'm guessing Joaquin got injured. I think he got a concussion. So, that sucks, but it's fine. But Lince Dorado's been killing it. He got released from WWE a couple years ago, and he went to TNA for a while. He spent some time in there. He's been doing stuff on the indies and stuff, so I'm glad that he's back in WWE. He's doing some stuff on Evolve, too. So, good shit. Moving on. This leads us into Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, Dragon Lee, and Sean Legacy. They defeated Ethan Page and the Vanity Project in a really fun 8-man tag. So, this was a really fun spot fest heavy tag match. Really good shit, though. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Dragon Lee got the win via the Destino, what they're calling the Operation Dragon for the 1, 2, 3. All right. That is good shit there. Dragon Lee winning makes me happy. Excellent stuff. Moving on. So, Oba Femi and Jasper Troy, they're both on this show. And Oba's going to be putting his NXT Championship on the line next week. A little bit too soon. I would have built up Jasper a little bit more. Maybe a good 2 months in, maybe. So, around maybe August sometime. Something like that. I don't know why Shawn Michaels is, trying to move that quick. But, hey, it is what it is. I expect for this to be like a fuck finish, kind of. Where it's like a double count out or like a DQ or something like that or whatever. Something. I don't know. Moving on. So Ruka and Zarya, they run into Tatum Paxley backstage. Tatum says that she still feels alone. So Ruka tells Tatum that they're here for her. Izzy Dame questions that. So Zarya says that Izzy doesn't have any friends, so she has no leg to stand on in this situation. So Izzy purges people to do her who do her wrong. That's what Tatum has to do. Interesting. So I do like this. We could see Tatum turn heel, which she's already done, but fully turn heel and align herself with the calling. That could be fun. Moving on. This leads us into Luca Cristofano. He understands that Tony D'Angelo doesn't trust him. Luca got them a match with the High Rise, Wesley's boys, new homeboys, next week to prove his loyalty to the Dawn. Tony D says that Luca is doing this on behalf of the family without his consent. And Lucas says, with all due respect, they're not really a family anymore. All right, this is fine. So I'm pretty sure this is when Sax is going to reappear and attack Tony D. And him and Luca are going to reunite and form a new family. Good shit there. That should be fun. Main event of the evening. Trick Williams versus Mike Santana for the TNA World Championship. Trick Williams retains the championship with the help of AJ Francis and KC Navarra from TNA. So they show up towards the end of the match. Mike Santana was going to go for the spin of the block, but Trick Williams, he gets out of dodge and he goes outside. So he taunts Elias. He grabs Elias's guitar and smashes it. So then AJ Francis chokeslams Mike Santana on the announce table, and then Trick Williams, hits the trick shot for the 1, 2, 3, and Trick Williams stands tall with Casey Navarra and AJ Francis, First Class from TNA, and that's how the show goes off the air. Really good stuff there. I'm not a fan of AJ Francis, a.k.a. Top Dollar. I'm just not. But he's a good heater. He's a good heat magnet. He can get heat. And I do like Casey Navarra, minus his crazy pink hair. But it is what it is. I guess he stands out that way. But good shit there. This is a good way to end the show. This show was really, really fun and solid. Just a really good, fun 2-hour show. All right, let's get into Worlds Collide predictions. There are 5 matches on the card, and it should be a fun show. So, we have the Latin World Order, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Lance Dorado, who's been doing quite well. He got released from WWE a couple years back, about 2-3 years ago. He's done a couple of things in TNA, I believe, and he's basically just done a bunch of stuff on the indies, and he usually worked AAA. So, good stuff there. Versus Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. Octagon Jr. has been doing some stuff on TNA. Aerostar, he's been with TNA on and off, as well as just doing stuff with AAA. So, there's that. I expect the team of Octagon Jr. and company to win. Basically, it would make the most sense, So, yeah. Moving on, the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix. I'm caught between Javon Evans and Ethan Page retaining. I'm going to go and say that Ethan Page is going to retain. That way, he can face Sean Legacy next week. Because if it's Javon Evans versus Sean Legacy, they're both baby faces. And I doubt Sean Legacy is going to work heel. So, I'm going to go with Ethan Page winning. Although, it would be fun for Javon Evans to win. Moving on, Stephanie Vacker and Lola Vice versus Chick Tormenta and Diaz. Diaz. I apologize. It's just a standard tag team match. Stephanie Vacker and Lola are going to win. Stephanie Vacker needs to win anyway. Why would she lose? She's being pushed massively on the main roster, so, there's that. So why wouldn't she lose? Why would she lose? Next, 6-man tag. Legado del Fantasma, Angel and Humberto Carrillo, and Santos Escobar versus Dr. Wagner Jr., and Psycho Clown and Pagano. I'm pretty sure Psycho Clown and Dr. Wagner, they're going to win. Why wouldn't they? Because I'm pretty sure if Psycho Clown loses, the Hispanic crowd in LA is going to fucking riot. I guarantee you that shit. So, yeah. Main event of the evening. Del Vikingo versus Chad Gable, the AAA Mega Championship. Vikingo's going to win. He just won the title off of Del Rio last week, so why would he lose here? Although, I'm pretty sure Mexico would love to have Chad Gable win because they love the whole foreign heel gimmick and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I doubt that's going to be the case here. So, NXT was solid. Really good stuff. Mariah May showing up is great. She probably will end up being women's champion by the Great American Bash. The 8-man tag was really fun. I enjoyed that. That was solid. The brawling on the show was okay, although we get a little bit too much of it, but still okay nonetheless. Main event was great too. We had a really good main event, so that was solid as well. I'm digging what they're doing with Trick and Mike Santana. I imagine Mike Santana is probably going to win the TNA World Championship at Slammiversary. Or they could ride this thing out until Bound for Glory in October. So either way. But it is what it is. But what did you guys think of NXT? And are you guys excited for Worlds Collide? Worlds Collide to me seems like it's going to be a fun time. But what did you guys think of NXT? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.